G'day friends, and welcome to day 4 of the 2024 Uniquely Creative Advent Calendar. So as Pearl and Tracey have been revealing the envelopes each day, I've decided to play along with them and try and create a project. In saying that, there will be some days where there'll be no project. Okay, so today is we're playing with the lovely Daydream papers again. So these are them. You get 2 sheets of each. Absolutely gorgeous, actually. That. These are great for albums. Look at them, beautiful. The flowers and detail are just stunning. That's it. Just ignore this little bit here because I think we might use these. So I've just sort of put them aside, and we're going to be playing with that piece, this piece here, and the opposite side. So it's mostly all this side. I didn't want to chop and hide this side, so we're using that side. So that's that. Now that was day 1. Day 2 was all about the creative cuts that matched the paper. Day 3 was a pack of embellishment that matched the paper. They're the mint pearls, they're really pretty. And then today is a die, and it's a slim line die called mini film strip. But we're going to use it in a little bit of a different way. So along with that, we're also going to be playing with Crafty L's December sheet load of cards. It may not be the same, but it'll be along the lines. I will have a link to her YouTube. If you haven't ever heard of Alicia, click on the link below in the description and it'll take you to her video explaining how to use the sheet load of cards. Okay, and I'm only going to do the single card. Okay, so we'll put that aside so we can see that. Then we'll bring our kit in. Now it looks like I've got more in here than we need, so we will go through this. First up, we're going to burnish along our scored line of our base card. Now I'm using Melon Mambo from Stampin' Up. Okay, we've got a couple of pieces of basic white, one for the inside, one for the outside. Then we've got this pretty piece of paper. I think it goes that way. No, it must go. Goes that way, I think. Yep. We've got that piece, and what's going to happen is this piece we will then stick to our piece of basic white. Actually, before we do that, we might do this panel. So we're going to do this panel here. Now this is one piece of cardstock. Okay, all the measurements, if you've got an A2 size card, all the measurements are on page 2, and it shows you how to cut out your cardstock and your pattern paper. But I've adjusted mine to fit our size cards, and I've also added an extra layer. So we're going to use a piece of the paper, that pretty mint green paper. And what I've done is I've die cut 2 film strips from the opposite side of this paper. And we're just going to put this across the top like that. Okay, so we'll do 2 of them. Don't know what's wrong with my glue actually, but I was having trouble with it the other day too, so we'll see if we can get it going. And all I'm doing is going to put a little bit of glue down the middle of the film strip. Not going to worry about the top or the bottom. Making sure this is lined up on our grid paper. Leaving a little narrow border along the top. Just like that. Okay. That's done. Then we'll bring in our second one, and I'm thinking we might actually put this a little bit off centre. Or should we match it up? No, let's match it up, eh? Whoops. So again, I'm just putting a little bit of glue down the middle. I like the variation of colour in this piece of paper too. Okay. Making sure our paper's nice and straight. And we're just going to line that up with the top and along the sides. And leaving a nice even amount showing top, middle and bottom. Okay, then we're going to, you know what, I'm even thinking, I don't know why I had this piece of basic white, but we might be able to use it, eh? Let's bring in this piece of paper. Let's put it on here. I think it just lifts it a little bit more. I was going to say we can always remove it, but we can't. And I'm not sure why I had this piece of cardstock in there, but we'll make good use of it anyhow. So that's done. Then we'll bring in our piece of pattern paper. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I think it goes this way. Yep. No, we'll do it this way. And, whoops, whoops. And we'll just show a tiny little bit along the bottom. Now I've actually lined all that paper up with the grid paper so that I can make sure that that panel is nice and straight. And then just stick that down. Okay, so we'll bring in our trimmer. You know what? We don't need the trimmer. Let's just chop. Look at that. Yep. Just take this off here. Okay. Then we can actually add this to our piece of white. Now, following Alicia's layout, you won't have this basic white layer, and you won't have that basic white panel. Okay. Then we can bring in our base card, and we can stick this down then, eh? Now, I'll also have the links below for Tracey and Pearl, where they've opened each day, just so you can see what it's like. So that's done. So that's basically our basic layout. We've still got this circle to do, but we're not going to use the circle. We're going to use one of the creative cuts. But before we do that, what I'm actually thinking is, see these little squares? They're the leftover bits from the film strip. And I'm thinking we might just put these back in randomly, so that some will have them and some won't. And I'm not going to worry about the direction of the paper. We're just gonna randomly glue them. I think it'll just add a little bit of interest. You don't have to use the film strip if you don't have it. You can just use strips of pattern paper. You could even use embossed cardstock if you wanted to. And I might just do one here. No, I'm going to leave it. There you go. So we're just going to leave that like that. I think that's added a little bit more interest to it. So then we're going to choose our creative cut. There's this little thing. We could do that. Oh, what about the books? Oh, let's just do that, eh? I don't mind that. I'll just put all this away. And we'll pop this up. Where's our... Here they are. I will also have a link below to day 1 and 2 projects that I created as well in the description. So we're just going to put that there like that. Then we're going to bring in a pack of the mini cut apart sheets, and we will choose that, eh? Hope you have the best day. Let's put that across there like that. Maybe across here. I think I like it down here better. Yeah. Okay, so we'll grab some dimensionals. And one more. I always like to put a long strip on if it's a long sentiment. It just seems to give it a little bit more support. Then we'll add a little bit of glue to the left side. And I'm just going to take a couple off here. I've got too many on here. Sticky little devils. And we'll just take one more off for good measure. And we'll add a little bit more glue. And we should be right to go. And I'm going to flip it around, and we're just going to line up the end of the sentiment strip to the end of the card. And that looks pretty straight to me. And then once you're happy, just press down lightly to adhere it. And then to finish it off, we'll bring in our bling. And what did I do with our bling? There it is. And we'll add oh, it's a pretty colour, this. Beautiful. Oh, what happened to that? And that's all we need, I think. And that is our card for today. But of course, we need to decorate the inside and our envelope. So let's do that, eh? We'll bring in our... Now this piece was the piece that was left over, and instead of, well, I don't waste my paper, but I thought we could use this on the inside. I'll keep that piece for another project that we can use on the inside of our card. I don't throw my strips out until I'm finished with that pack of paper, because you can always use your strips and your leftover bits and pieces for other projects. So we'll just stick this down here. Just like that. And we'll put it down the side, eh? Just like that. And we'll trim the excess off our envelope at the same time. And we'll just put this on the inside, just like that. I've got glue on there too, we'll take that off. I'll grab the rubber later on. And that is our card for today. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and that's the sketch that I used, or the sheetload of cards that I used to create our card for today. So, and don't forget to click on the links below to find out all the information. Okay, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. See ya. Hooray.